Good morning, students. I welcome you all on the first day of the session 2020-21. As we all are aware about the ongoing scenario taking place over the entire world, Corona and its ill effects, we are at home so that we can stay healthy for the betterment of the family, society, and the entire nation, and obviously the world. Today, we'll discuss about the topic life processes. As we all are aware that for any living being, it is necessary to perform certain basic functions for proper body functioning so that it can prevent damage and breakdown of the body and its functions. These functions performed by an organism to maintain its life is called life processes. So we may define it as all the basic functions which together keep the living organisms alive to maintain their life on the earth is called life processes. The life processes continues even during invisible movements, for example when we are sleeping, sitting or doing some idle work etc. For performance of all the various life processes, energy is needed and which comes from food. The food is the chemical fuel which provides the energy to all the living organisms. Some certain characteristics present within living beings which makes them different from non-living things are as follows: nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, reproduction, etc. So we have to deal these topics within the concern this lesson, and we will take a brief look about that these terminologies. Later on we'll go for that the specific sections of that entire topic separately. First, nutrition. The process of intake and utilization of the food is known as nutrition. Life on the earth depends on carbon based molecules, so most of their food sources are also carbon based. So we all are aware the food, the nutrients that do we take, whether they are in the form of carbohydrates, proteins or fats, they all are made up of these three basic elements: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and out of which we can say the carbon is the most important component of these particular nutrients. Second, respiration. Energy contained in food is transferred to the organism by the process of respiration. So we are aware whatever the food, the component that the body it gets, and it is digested within the digestive system, and from that the digested food, the energy that is liberated by the conversion of that particular substrate into useful energy currency of the cell, that is ATP, to perform or to manage all the life processes. Third, transport. The process of carrying useful and unuseful substances within the body of living being is known as transportation. So we might consider ourselves, in our case oxygen, it is an useful substance that has to be transported through within our entire body, and that is transported through the blood. And within the blood we know the respiratory pigment hemoglobin, it helps to carry out the oxygen from one part of the body to the other, just like certain other substances. These may be hormones, certain other chemical biochemical substances that are being carried by the blood. If we consider regarding the plant body, there is also the transportation of water and minerals that we have discussed in class 9, that it takes place through the help of certain vascular bundles or vascular tissues that are xylem, and whereas the food that is prepared within the leaves of the plant, that is transported through another type of vascular bundle that is called phloem tissue. If we come to the consideration of that unuseful substances, then also we may come across that in our body the urea, that is the most, we can say, the harmful product. It is being formed within our liver, and it has to be transported from the liver to the kidney for its removal. Just like within the plant body, certain metabolic waste products what are being formed, that are to be discarded or that are to be released from the plant body, so that for their removal the mechanism of transportation is a very much important essential aspect. The mechanism of transportation varies in different life forms depending upon their body organization. So obviously the mechanism of transportation, it would be depending upon their cellular level of organization, whether the body is made up of one cell structure or whether it is made up of more than one cell structure. So the mode of the transportation, it would be depending upon their the cellular level of organization. Fourth, excretion. During the occurrence of biochemical reactions within life forms, certain harmful byproducts are formed which are toxic in nature. So just now we have discussed in the case of the transportation that certain unuseful substances, for example, during the metabolism of protein, urea is formed within the liver and that has to be released from the body outside, otherwise its accumulation may cause toxicity and may be fatal to the life. So its removal is essential, just like the carbon dioxide, which is the waste product that is being generated during the process of respiration, is also released during the process of respiration. So in the case of plant body also we may come across that then the plant body also they release that different types of waste products from time to time in the different forms from the plant body, and that is the part of the excretion. So its removal from the body, it is very much essential outside for the survival and existence of the living being. Thank you. Till so far here, we'll be discussing the topic nutrition in the next class. Have a nice day.